In this video, I'd like to talk about a question from my book, The Elephant in the Room for Buyers. Why shouldn't I hire the listing agent to negotiate my home purchase? The short answer is never hire the coach from the other team. During the entire 20th century, when it came to trading in real estate, it was all about the seller and his listing agent. There was no dedicated agent for the buyer. As a result, buyers became accustomed depending on the listing agent to negotiate the purchase of their homes, even though the listing agent worked exclusively for the seller and represented his seller's best interests, not those of the buyer. Even though we now have legislation and contracts that actually represent and protect buyers, we often see that many people still want to work with the listing agent, the agent who represents the seller, instead of having their own agent, the buyer's agent. Most likely, this decision to buy with the listing agent is based on some basic misunderstandings about how real estate agents work. There are some agents who do not bother to correct this misunderstanding, unfortunately. As a realtor, I've personally asked many of these buyers why they prefer to hire the coach from the other team, and they tell me in no uncertain terms that is because they will get a better deal and will pay a lower price for the house than they would through their own agent. This chapter is dedicated to all the buyers who need to know the facts about how to get the right house at the right price with the right agent. Before getting into the risks of buying with a listing agent, it's important to understand a few terms and rules in our marketplace. Buyers and sellers hire a brokerage, not an agent, and their agreements, including buyer's agreements and agreements of purchase and sale, are with that brokerage, not with the agent. The listing agent is the person who works for and represents the seller. There is also new legislation from the Trust and Real Estate Services Act in 2023 that changes clients' relationships. You can choose to sign a buyer's representation agreement and become a client of your buyer's agent, or you can choose to be self-represented. If you are self-represented, you are unrepresented by an agent, and a listing agent cannot provide you with any service that is outside his representation of the seller. Always choose to be represented by your own buyer's agent. It costs you absolutely nothing and could save you thousands of dollars.